Going to see about roping up the rest of our distinguished panelists, because this is a panel that is very near and dear to my heart. I actually did this one last year, the first Fiesta Equestria. Here is one of our esteemed colleagues. You'll please come up, sir. Oh, Matt will be joining us in a while? All right, thank you. I just wanted to make sure that he knew, since he had said he wanted to be a part of this. So, thank you so much. I'm very sorry. I've been having to deal with a cello that's been broken in half. At the Cosplay contest, we were supposed to have, I was trying to help an Octavia with an actual cello, with actual cello music. And then while being transported, the cello's been broken. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys know how much cellos cost, but this cello is about a $5,000 cello, so...
I think it's more normal.
Yeah, $5,000.
Who's one finger there?
So, well, I just always blame M.A. Larson. It just seems like the thing to do.
Hasbro! Yeah, it's always Larson's fault.
But seriously, I don't know if Larson's here, and I don't want to... But no, seriously, so I've been running around trying to figure out where one can get a cello appraised and begun to be repaired at this hour on a Saturday. Yeah.
It sounds like something that should just be simple to do.
I mean, yeah, sticky tack, right?
Duct tape.
It's not going to mess with the sound.
Dude, like how big is
A cello is, it's literally
like how big is how broken is it?
cracked in half.
And the next, the next also split.
I don't know.
Yeah, they really did not transport it well. So.
It would take at least a month for it to actually repair that.
Oh yeah, I know there's no repair for it for the convention. But yes, to the panel we have 2 more guests that will be joining us. I've done a few of the panels here, and I see a few familiar faces. So to start off, my name is Lovins, and I am formerly of the United States Air Force. Thank you. And I'll let my colleagues introduce themselves, and then we'll have also 2 more, and hopefully they'll be here by then. A little bit about what this panel is it was inspired by a story I kept hearing over and over and over again online through various groups about I'm a guy, I'm aged 14 to 18, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger. My family has found out that I'm a brony, and so now they are saying that I'm going to grow up to be a gay pedophile. My father has said that he's ashamed of me. My mother won't stop crying. In some instances, I've heard about actual talk of disowning.
So if they were a straight pedophile, would that be okay?
Evidently. So, it was actually suggested to me that I start this panel by stating, hello, my name is Jason and I'm an alcoholic. No, wait, this is the wrong panel for that. I'm a brony, and evidently it's better to be an alcoholic than to be a brony if you watch the media.
Oh man.
Because all the time I'm hearing about gay pedophile this, gay pedophile that. So
Media's all drunk in.
yeah. So I got the idea to start this panel, and I see some returning faces here, so thank you for that. And a couple of more people that will join us. So, yes, sir.
This panel isn't about the video.
No.
Oh, well, actually, this guy's going to strip down and he's going to roll around into cake for us at the end.
Oh my God. I want to join it too.
Indeed. And I did actually, I was going to get to that part of it, but not just yet. But yes, we can all, bench spread some stuff, roll around in some cake. It'll be great.
Yay.
But my favorite part is, pouring the scalding hot water into the tea in But the thing is that there are very manly bronies, and a lot of these qualities of, loyalty, honesty, these are qualities that are important for men and women and everyone. So that's what I wanted to do with this panel, is talk about male role models, try to collect some role models, and excuse me, have a discussion about that. So anyways, that's the end of my little spiel there. So let's go ahead and start over here.
Hi, my name's Mike. I'm known as Brony Cop. I'm a police officer and a paramedic.
That should be a movie.
So. Yes! That would be awesome. Need the good Brony Cop and the bad Brony Cop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we need some OCs now.
I was going to say, if you could get Liam Neeson, he could probably play both the good Brony Cop and the bad Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson. That would be a great Brony Cop.
It would be PG though, I guarantee you that.
It would not. It would not.
But I'm also here with my wife, Z Philly Cop. She's my partner in crime here, serving the convention. We're both bronies. Got brought to it by our daughter, 5 years old. We started watching with her and we got hooked.
Oh, and yeah, we've just got one of our arrivals. His wife will also be joining us.
She's manly.
She is delightful, and she will be joining us here later.
She kicked me out of con ops. I'm Matt. I was in the Army. I was an explosive ordnance
Explosive ordnance technician, he says.
You have to blow stuff up. Who doesn't?
Keep it from blowing up. Sometimes.
Or blowing it up.
You said by blowing it up. Countercharge everything.
Well, you're still here, so you did a good job.
That's the worst I got. Right there. I can't straighten my pinky.
Hey, I understand that. I got plastic knees.
Oh, those are coming.
Alright, by the way, can everyone in the back hear us? Yeah. I doubt you could answer if you couldn't hear me, so. Alright?
My name is Jesus. You in the panel because he asked me to.
He's also a personal trainer, by the way, and he actually could roll around in a cake with rippling abs if he wanted to.
Not yet.
You missed that part, Matt. You missed that part.
So, I mean, yeah, I grew up in a family where very gay is bad, and when I started watching My Little Pony, it was kind of the same thing. And the only person supporting was my mother. And because it was just, my friends watch it, so alright, cool, I'm working on an outfit, whatever, I'll put it on the background, keep sewing, keep working on plastics. Well, that's funny. That's really, okay. I am in love with you, Pinkie Pie. Oh my god, you're like my spirit animal. So it was just, there was an actual Pinkie there, so that was kind of awkward, that's cool. Yeah, and then, kind of the same thing. Father found out, and he wanted to have that talk with me, and so first it's a cartoon. You're okay with me watching anime, but I can't watch My Little Pony. What's up with that? And so what if I was gay? What is the issue with that? And my mom just in the kitchen just snapped her head. Miko, you're gay. We're gonna take your shoe shopping right now. I'm like, I mean, I'm not, but yeah, half my friends. All right, it's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, there's my little spiel.
As long as mommy's grandkid, she don't care.
Oh yeah, sure.
Definitely a great.
There you go. I was gonna say we have more microphones here.
No, we only have one.
We have half of one.
Hello. Okay. I can't remember your name. I'm sorry.
I should have known that.
I had memory problems. Well, my name's Eric. My state's name is Musket, and I was an infantryman in the United States Army. I had been out for about 3 months. Thank you. But I never actually had experiences with my parents being against it. My mother thought it was awesome because, as long as I was off the streets and not doing drugs, she didn't care. And my dad died when I was 11, so he didn't really have a say in the matter. But I've known sergeants in the Army and other people in the Army who have literally told, like, I walked in to sign out on leave, and I had a Brony shirt on. And he'd say, like, oh, you're into that? Like, yeah, my son's into that. I disowned him because of that. What the? Wait, are there kids in here?
Oh,
No, that doesn't. I already checked. We look pretty cool.
okay.
They're
Yeah.
cool?
The one we have, we're probably good on that one yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to do it anyway.
Oh, thank you.
But, so I was really Whiskey Tango Foxtrot over that. And he threw this,
Anyone military knows, yeah.
he threw this panel up last year, and I went on a hijacking binge, and I just popped up on the panel, and Bernie Cop and Zevley Cop, that's how I met them, that's how I met this guy. This guy's new. But, hi.
Well, we gotta have 6 people. Each of the
One,
elements.
well, we had like 5 people.
I say, luckily, I've been working in a fire station. I have no problem. I have a trolley sparkle pillow in my bed. You know.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. I
We're all
started
here,
volunteering at the
fire
fire
stations
department,
are
if
all
that counts
out.
for anything.
Sounds
Well,
like a
it
beauty
does.
shop.
It does.
It does.
Another round of applause.
So, no, I'm not doing it for glory. I just want to do something. I'm bored.
Actually, how about we move this microphone over there,
Yeah.
this one over to this guy since he talks quiet.
I got the good one. See, there's no dance on this. This is perfect.
Questions?
Yes. Well, I had a question to ask the panelists first before we move to the more open thing.
No.
Yes, I am available.
I don't know that way, but I can try.
But I thought you and I were up. But no, seriously.
You had your chance. You lost it, Brock.
Evidently.
Pinky power out.
Evidently. Yeah. I mean, dang, cold right there. Just what? Sit in the ear. But,
That is one thing I do want to add. Pinkie Pie is best pony.
Whoa. We don't want to start a fight.
We have to wait till Zeke gets here. We have to wait. We have to do the same thing we did last year with Pinkie and the Twilight. Yes, I remember things.
Indeed.
What was your question, though? What was your name again, by the way? I
I'm Jason.
Jason. I haven't known his name since I met him.
It's okay.
Hey, you.
I remember you going through a wall.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that
I did. A brick wall.
A brick wall.
First.
Head first.
Head first. So.
And he's got glass legs.
I'm going through a wall the whole time.
No more of, oh shit, that's not going to be fun. By the way, all the panels I do are PG-13.
Except for that right now.
If you get a bunch of guys that were in the military, it's kind of hard not to swear. I started off as Private Lovins. I don't think I need to explain the joke.
We have an officer named Loving Goodcox. Wow! Her maiden name is Loving Good, and her married name is Cox.
We had a
That's
private.
Amazing.
And she loves that.
I'm sure she does.
We had a private hoe.
Well, it's better than a public
The
hoe.
poor guy.
Indeed. And then, I can feel their pain because I was working my way up to Major, so I was Major Lovins.
Yeah,
See?
Loving.
I want to get a doctorate so I can be Dr. Lovins and be done with it.
I wish my last name was Slaughter. I've actually met a Staff Sergeant Slaughter.
Wow.
Yes,
that
I'm serious.
must have been intimidating.
No, he was actually a really cool guy, and he wore glasses. Just like you. You know what that means? You're a man.
Alright, so
You're a man than you were.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm sorry, we keep getting sidetracked. So I was going to say that when you have to deal with that, and I'm not exactly the manliest looking guy around, so I had to learn how to shout over a battalion of guys, be able to swear faster, harder, and louder than all of them combined, or they weren't going to respect me when I was running the training drills with them. So, right now, I consider this my usual speaking voice, and I've considered myself to be whispering at people ever since.
Royal Campbell voice.
Exactly. Because, yeah. So, I hope that we've established some credibility as, good male role models, despite the swearing. By the way, another round of applause here for Matt. He's actually one of the chair of the dealers room.
I'm one of the owners of the convention.
Oh, excuse me, and also one of the owners of the convention. But I just wanted to let them know that you're working really hard and that you wanted to come here for this panel. And so please, another round of applause for this guy.
Well, after how awesome y'all made last year, it had to happen again.
Thank you, thank you. So what I was hoping to start with is, for each of the panelists, what was the moment when you decided, despite your incredibly testosterone-filled days of eating bricks and shitting thunder, that you decided that you liked this show about little cartoon horses going on adventures and saving the day? So, if maybe we could start from left to right, perhaps? Would that be okay? Do you have something?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, okay.
Okay. In EOD, really, when you wake up tomorrow, you might not go to bed that night. That's the life it was. So we did as much to escape reality as possible, which is why anime DVDs were gold. And I tell you that because everyone was into anime, and after I got out, I was actually at a PTSD support group, and anime came up because they were talking about the cartoons their kids watch and all that other stuff. Two other guys pulled me to the side. He's like, "So you're an animator?" That we BS'd about it back and forth for a while, and it's like we exchanged shows, and then like a week later, the guy comes in and says, "Yeah, so my daughter watches this. Y'all need to go watch it." You're like, "What? You're insane." So he says, "No, just pop it on, let it go 3 or 4 episodes, don't just shut it off." So went home, and I did get through about that 4th one, then the 5th one, the 6th, and then, so in about 2 days, I've seen the entire 1st season. And we go back to group the next day, and he looks at me and smiles, and I just kind of smile back, and he knew immediately. It's like, for both of us, it's like, so yeah, it became my good little happy place where I didn't have to worry about any of the bad stuff that was going on in the world or in my life or anything like that. So I can't say it saved my life, but it did help me get it back.
Like I said, I got into My Little Pony by watching it with my daughter, and for first I was just thankful to not be watching Dora the Explorer or Kids anymore, to actually have something I could actually sit down and watch. But like Matt here, like a lot of us with high stress occupations, and I've been a paramedic for 18 years, and it is great escapism from having a bad shift or a really bad call to be able to pop in ponies and watch and laugh and relax. It does good for the soul. And then I met the fandom, and the fandom has made it that much more awesome. So it rocks.
What was the question? So I know you have a busy schedule of bench pressing freight trains. So what is it that in the middle of it you say, I need a show about friendship and magical horses, pretty princess ponies? That's what I need right now.
So, growing up, Dad wasn't there, so I had to learn how to be a gentleman by my mom. She taught me how to be respectful, how to treat people, how to be a good person, how to have love in my heart, because he was an angry person. So when I was growing up, at the age of 9, I don't know if anyone's ever done a full-time job, 40 hours a week at the age of 9, still go to school, wake up the next morning, take care of your older sister who has Down syndrome, who doesn't understand a lot of the things that you're doing. Like, hey, go take a shower. This is really awkward. You go do your thing. But I need to put clothes on you, because Mom just slept 2 hours at night, and she needs to get up and at 6 a.m. to go do another shift. So that was my lifestyle. So anime was a very big thing to me. It did let me escape because I'm watching something that's not horrible. My life sucks. This is cool. I like this. That's why I'm into film now, and I'm doing films to try to let people escape. But in all these different things, anime can sometimes be brutal, and a lot of cartoons can be, if my sister just doesn't understand, or I'm not going to let you watch this show with a lot of blood on it or a lot of sexual innuendos. She doesn't understand this. She's 27 but still has the mindset of a 6-year-old. So when I started watching My Little Pony, it was like, Marlene can watch this. She can understand these concepts. This can help her out in her everyday life. So we started bonding with it. And then she saw that I was going to a lot of cons. So I'm like, all right, Marlene, I'll make you a dress. So I made her Twilight Sparkle dress. And the first con she ever went to, I forgot what convention it was, she wore her Twilight Sparkle dress and she won a judge's award. And it was awesome. And she's so cute, oh my god, I love her sister. But yeah, that's My Little Pony was the best bonding experience I've ever had with my sister, because how do you communicate with a girl with Down syndrome? I've never had any training to do that or anything. And it was just this show, hey, watch this. And she's like, oh, that's cute, that's funny. She understands these simple jokes. And then she understands the concept, watching over and over again. What does it mean to be a good person? What does it mean to be, loyalty, kindness, all this stuff. So the show is actually helping her out with a lot of that. But yeah. And then Adventurous, apparently.
Of course. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing from me, so we'll switch to this guy first.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. So, when was the moment you realized that you just liked this show, this fandom?
Okay, so my friend Sean, who had told me about this show, My Little Pony, he said, like, I know it was bad, but this one's actually kind of good. And he's never steered me wrong before. He got me to a lot of things I'm into today, video games mostly, but so I decided maybe if I did something new, I wouldn't be so depressed. And so I decided I'd check this show out, because I've also been seeing it in plenty of places. And so I checked it out. I was curious, and I just wanted to do something different, something new. And after about the 30th episode, I looked myself in the mirror and said, son of a bitch, I'm a brony. And here I am. Also, I'm okay with it, because I like high stress jobs. You develop that fuck it mentality. I know I said I wouldn't cuss, so I can't. I'm sorry. He did it, blame him. But I developed that fuck.
We still love you.
Thank you. I developed that mentality where I didn't give a shit. Fuck it. Fuck it. Pull it. Pop it.
Wait, there's obviously a B there. If you're hearing an F, you might want to go.
Yeah, you might want to clean your ears out with 762. But so I just developed the mentality, so I've always been okay with it. And anyone who gave me shit, I gave them shit back.
Well then, let me first also say thank you for all the panelists for being here. I know that of course you're working security and you're running the whole thing. So our panelists may need to leave to go do some other things, so I'll try to get to the question portion very quickly. And thank you again guys for being here. Just real quick for me, I noticed the memes. That's what got me into this fandom, is someone sent me the meme of Fluttershy at the Candlelight Garden shouting about, "You're going to love me!" And then immediately after that was a video of Pinkie Pie's eyes just going just going crazy with music. And I was like, well, what is this? Is this a Mad TV sketch? Is this some new internet thing? People were like, no, that's the new My Little Pony. And I say, what? No, you're playing a joke. You're playing a joke. And they're like, no, serious, it's the new My Little Pony. I'm like, okay. I'll watch the episode that you said here, just because I know it's going to be something like Tub Girl or something terrible. And then I was surprised, no, it's actually a genuine show. It's beautiful and it's heartwarming, and I as well have dealt with PTSD and a number of side effects from that, like depression. And Sherlock Pone's Gypsy Bard, which I know he made it as a joke, but that song has gotten me through some really tough stuff. And I still have somehow not met the guy, even though we've been at 3 different conventions. But I would love to thank him for that. Anyway, so now that we have the extended introductions out of the way, I was wanting to say that this panel is basically 2 things. Questions for our esteemed panelists, 1, and 2, discussion of other male brony role models, whether or not you think they're good or not. Depends on one of these examples under politics. Bill Clinton, for example, was asked a questionnaire about the ponies, what element of harmony they represented, and what their pet was. He got it all right. Every single question, they could not stump him. Anthony Bourdain, the journalist, he's been to, does a lot of travelogue stuff in war-torn countries, went to Bosnia during the war. Also, brony, he admits it on his blog.
He actually said it in one episode.
Yeah, I can't remember what episode it was, though.
I forget. But it was before he went to CNN.
Yeah. Thank you. And Chris Evans, people are surprised to find out, in an interview admitted that he has watched My Little Pony since G1. Chris Evans, Captain America from the Avengers.
My daughter's going to be so happy to hear that. She worships Captain America.
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm sorry, I'm fanboying for a second.
It's okay. Take a minute. So that's the 2 things that the panels are really about. So with that, what would you, the audience, like to start with? Do you have questions for the panelists? Do you have an example of another individual that's a brony? I see right here in front.
Rupert Grint, who plays Ron Weasley on Harry Potter, is brony.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Mordor in Game of Thrones is also a brony.
Oh, that's awesome.
WK.
Of course, I mean, party animal, he has to be.
Oh, one thing. So the 2 that were just brought up was Andrew WK, and of course Ron Weasley from the Harry Potter are also wearing brony merchandise. And that's really cool. I did not know about Ron Weasley, so that's kind of fun.
There's a picture of him even in the shirt.
Rainbow Dash.
Oh, he wears the Rainbow Dash. That's cool.
That drawing's on like white.
Yeah.
He has more than
Oh yeah, with the
Which is one of
that one day.
Yes.
I would like to mention that the one of the reasons I became a brony, and one of the things that really got me interested into the show, is that the elements of harmony correspond a lot to the parts of the Scout law, the Boy Scout law. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Almost all of those can be boiled down into the 6 facets.
You just need to put magic in there.
Huh?
You just need to put magic in there.
Yeah.
That's what the fire's for.
Oh, fire magic.
Fire and nuts, magic, done. But do we have anyone else that was in the Scouts here? Maybe another Boy Scout among our panelists or among the audience?
I was a Boy Scout long ago. My dad thought it was stupid and I didn't get to stay.
Sorry to hear that, man.
But I went to ROTC.
Okay.
An Explorer Scout.
An Explorer Scout?
Do you want a cookie?
I'm an Explorer Scout.
I bet so.
Rock on.
But, okay, cool. I never got the chance to join the Explorer Scouts, and I'm sorry you didn't get to do Boy Scouts, but ROTC is like Boy Scouts, but with guns, so.
In our uniforms.
Okay, it wasn't exactly ROTC. It was, but it wasn't. It was the U.S. Air Force Auxiliary, the Civil Air Patrol guys. That went and they, because I was in high school, because we didn't have an ROTC program. I found that And I was in the little ground teams they had that would go into the wreckage of like down C-130s, pull out the black boxes, any bodies, section off the area, and just disappear when the proper authorities arrived. You remember when the towers went down? Yeah. The Civil Air Patrol planes were the first ones taking pictures. They're Minutemen. Stop not liking me.
We're not judging you.
We're not really judging you.
It's just a pass.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like a mouth opener.
Exactly.
You're one of them.
Dead bodies. So that's.
I'll still be your friend.
Thank you very much.
I'll help you pick up the dead bodies. It's cool.
Thank you. They're pretty heavy.
Let me help you out, Joe.
What?
You said you were in the Army, right?
Yes.
I'm also
Yes.
former Army, and what the guy who was in the Scouts was talking about back there, it sort of reminded me, I hadn't thought of this before, the Army values. You remember that?
Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage.
I know, tell me that does not line up very well with
I always try. It does exactly, and the one that represents magic the most, I think, is leadership, because it doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
And it's supposed to be a joke. But
No, it's a bit too true.
the funny part is this exact thing was brought up last year, and I was going to bring it up, but I was like, I'll let it slide. But hey, give this guy a round of applause for being in the Army, man.
You scared that guy away. Oh God! That's wrong room. Too much awesome for him. Too much.
Where's the cake? There's supposed to be cake on the.
I told you needed to bring the tea pitcher from upstairs so that I could pour it boiling in someone's mouth. But okay. But seriously, thank you for bringing that up. I was an Eagle Scout, and that's how I started getting ready for the military. And I've thought that as well. I've thought of that as well. So thank you. Thank you.
I did 4 years of high school.
Hey? Oh, that's your line. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Got me out of PE.
Anything else, guys? Yeah. Any more? Something from the audience?
Excuse me too. He's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this. Ask me questions.
Oh God, participation!
The police are in here.
Michelle's favorite ponies.
Oh, wait, that gentleman had
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Oh, and we had another question in the back. Rainbow Dash hat.
You there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo.
Okay, well, basically, I got into it because of my son, and, you know, he got into it. He is, you know, mild autistic, and, you know, that's how he showed me everything. And I'm a mechanic for a living, so, and I understand it. We get along with it just fine.
It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I.
Coming in?
Oh. Everything okay? Okay.
She's hiding bodies.
Oh, I got you.
Does she need help?
Lord knows. Thank you so much for being a cool dad. I actually go and younger bronies have asked me to show up to their house in, you know, a uniform. Say, why, hello, I'm a friend of your son. They go, oh, well, what are you doing here, Mr. Military Man? And I say, oh, I'm a friend of your son, I'm in a fandom with them. And they always sort of confused, well, why, what the heck's going on? I didn't think my son had a friend that was a recruiter. I didn't tell him, no, actually, I'm not a recruiter. I'm a fan of My Little Pony. And the look on their faces is always priceless when they see that. So thank you for being a cool dad.
But if he wants to join.
And then another gentleman had a question about favorite pony, and I'll add to that and why. And let's try to keep the fist fight clean. So, you know.
Not gonna happen.
So, alright, let's go ahead and start on this side of the table since you've already shared yours. So, Matt?
A rarity.
Okay, and the why?
Because that's every ex-girlfriend I've ever had.
So, shouldn't that be least favorite pony then?
He's determined. Sooner or will make this work.
I thought you wanted whining.
Okay. Was there anything else you wanted to add on that, Matt?
That's about it.
Okay. So, Vertigo, do you have to take that or?
No.
Okay. Well, then the next question for you then: who is your favorite and why?
I'll go for Luna.
Okay.
Just because, it seems to me that while Celestia is more the goddess of the day and of peace, Luna is more the goddess of the night and of war.
Mm-hmm.
And
Could you elaborate a bit, maybe?
So let's go to war.
well, she's a night shifter. I work night shift patrol. We're the guardians of the night. Yeah.
Very true.
She's awkward with fitting into new people, new crowds. I can understand that feeling.
Okay.
You merely adopted the night. I was born in it.
Needs more voice filter.
Of course.
I was going to say, if you haven't read the comics, they have a little vignette where she talks about going out and fighting owl bears, and then one of the ponies in the background says, "We can't show her doing that because of copyright."
But they're built by
comics really develop her personality.
Oh yeah. Ironically, Hasbro owns D&D, which also has the copyright for owl bears. But anyways, so did you want to share any more there?
Luna's awesome. I mean, what else needs to be said?
Okay.
Feminine.
Evidently, a lot of Luna fans out there. So, all right, Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah. Shining Armor, actually. I relate to him. He's like, I'm gonna go defend my little sister, and I saw some awesome artwork by, I don't know, it was on DeviantArt, and it was Shining Armor, and like someone stabbed him through the chest, as Twilight was like, he was defending her, he was giving his life for her, like, I would do that in a heartbeat for my sister, like, she is the world to me. So I relate a lot to Shining Armor. And then Rarity, because, Rarity's cool, purple. Awesome.
I actually swear the Shining Armor was based off of.
That's awesome.
That's
cool.
Because his whole deal was making the shield and protecting everyone, and she's like, "That's you in the suit." So that's what she said to me.
That's cool, dude.
That's adorable. I love how Shining Armor's cutie mark is
Yeah,
Twilight's
with
cutie
the shield
mark
on it, yeah.
with a shield around.
Yeah.
Also,
No
another
wonder she
reason.
never had any boyfriends.
Exactly. I mean, with the captain of the guard as your big brother, a little intimidating. But I was going to say another great thing about Shining Armor. He throws better than Peyton Manning. I mean, man, just
Shots
right
fired.
Oh, now I'll go ahead and let you explain about Pinkie Pie.
There's no explaining about Pinkie Pie.
Okay. So, when I was in my depressive rut, when I started watching the show, I was actually really deep down to the point where I was actually going to commit suicide. And as soon as I saw Pinkie Pie, I thought I was going to hit her guts. She actually kind of grew on me, and it turns out only two things in the world can actually make me laugh, and that's Pinkie Pie and George Carlin. One's dead, one can't die. And so I just after the Party of One episode, when she just went bonkers, that sealed my fate as a Brony, and that was my favorite character. So I owe it to all the writers for the characters, and the storyboard, the animators, and a little bit to the voice actors. Andrea's cool, but technically they saved my life because I would have committed suicide without that. That's it. I'm sorry everything's so heavy with me.
That was very brave.
Why? I spoke into a microphone.
Hey man, that's gonna be brave. I mean, I can say that when I went through the service, lugging around a rifle, shooting at things, dragging this guy's ass out of a burning tank, that was easy. Then getting back here and dealing with job interviews and sleeping through the night and not trying to punch people in the face, that's the hard part.
You ever have a job for a period of years where you are doing a job that's bigger than you, bigger than everybody, and to the point where you can lose your life doing that, and you end up thriving on that kind of thrill. And not even a thrill, just a sense of purpose. And then you get out, and no one cares.
Yeah.
And you're left, you're just sitting on the couch, you can't do anything, can't do your job, and you still have that same mentality you did when you were in. It's a heartbreak. And that's
what scares me about retirement.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've thought about re-enlisting. I just wouldn't know how to hide this.
I can't re-enlist.
Wait till they get the robo suits. They're making them. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're working on them. They're working on them. But
So what's your favorite pony?
oh yes. So my favorite pony. My favorite pony is main character pony. Twilight Sparkle. Yeah. Not as many Twilight Sparkle as Lunafangs I see, but still enthusiastic. I appreciate that. And the reason why is she's trying to make everything work, and she can't, and it drives her nuts. So, like how you mentioned with Pinkie Pie, with the eyes going with the party of one. What really got me was the Twilight Sparkle one with the time spell, where she's just freaking out. She's got to get on top of it, but she can't. And I thought, wow, that is so incredibly relatable. Plus, honest to God, I want to live in her house. It is beautiful. It is a library that is a tree fort. I've wanted that since I was 5 years old.
Spoilers. Hit brick to you.
No, it didn't happen. It did not happen. No,
We all saw it happen, Tom.
Right in the hopes and dreams.
Hey, you know what you wish on a star? And like a twinkle, twinkle, star, and you wish on that star, you realize that light has been traveling for 1,000 years, and that star is already dead, just like your dreams and your hopes. Just remember, you can always lay your head on your own shoulder. Here, try it.
Somebody said she probably lost Spike's baby pictures.
Indeed. And what I also really think is, about that is, the episode, like 2 or 3 episodes before that, the Trader's Falls, about, I can't get rid of these books that Princess Celestia sent me. They're so full of sentimental value, I'll take them back home.
Bet you wish you had your Kindle now.
Yes.
Am I a bad person for laughing really hard when that happened?
Yes.
Okay.
But no, seriously, what makes you laugh about it? When just thinking about the book, she finally brings them back, and then bam. Is that what gets you?
That and the fact when she's jumping out of the fire, she has Aloysius in her arms, and he just has the look of whatever. And she's like, no! And I was just doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
And also about that, she had all those books that meant so much to her, all the memories, and now they're burning. I think that's funny. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's also in the comics. She saved it for a magical book worm and nearly ate them all. So yeah.
I remember that comic.
Yeah.
She lost her lab. Right there.
That was actually a really good comic. Like, that was good.
Comics are really great.
Comic books are awesome.
I'm starting to think that comics might be better than the show.
I have to go with you. The character development's a lot better in the comics.
And not
We
to
have
mention
one of their writers
all
in the other room.
like
That we do. This completely was not.
He's awesome.
But no, seriously, we all genuinely enjoy the comics a lot. They're great.
what's his name? Tom what?
Oh, I don't know that.
Tom Saylor.
Yeah.
Zayer?
Zayer.
Zayer.
I never pronounced it.
Tom Zayer is a great writer. He just recently put out one of the comics. It was a Rainbow Dash and Trixie one. It was written really well. You can tell it's thought out. The art's really well. And he's selling them himself, and he's signing them for free. Go get his autograph. He's deserved it.
You can also get them on Amazon Play. Download it straight to your Kindle or your e-reader.
Nice. Okay, so we got 2 more questions. Is it the same question or 2 different ones?
2 different ones.
Okay, then since you've already asked one, I think we'll do the Rainbow Dash first.
Not much.
Do you guys ship any of the characters together?
No, I don't. You are a bad person.
Screw you, Mr.
I have already been screwed.
Well,
It's your turn.
well, Twilight's library was done. You are laughing. You do not get to call me a bad person.
Hey,
Mr.
it
Kettle.
takes one to know one.
Okay. Well, two things then. One real quick, since you mentioned a drill sergeant, I also wanted to mention that I do know one drill sergeant that actually secretly owns a Pinkie Pie plushie and writes fan fiction. Go ahead.
That actually reminds me, I'm part of a group on Facebook called Super Philly. One of the guys in there.
We don't talk about that. The first rule about Super Phillies, you don't talk about Super Philly.
Well, I'm just a rebel, aren't I? Well, anyway, I know a guy who's he's a drill sergeant. I actually don't even know if he's in that group, but he's a drill sergeant and he's a brony. And he was training one of those recruits who was trying to sound off with something. And there was actually an animated video out about it. And I thought it was hilarious because, like, you get trying, like, the whole cheer louder kind of thing. Like, sound off louder, louder, louder. And they takes the private takes a deep breath and just goes, yay. And he just looks at him like he's holding back a smile, and at the same time he's furious and he has no idea what to do with himself. And the next thing you see is it's like in the animation, the next thing you see is the pony, the private pony, just doing push-ups. And Twilight's in the back going, you rock! I said Twilight, Fluttershy.
So, it might actually be the same guy, I don't know. Because a lot of drill sergeants, you're going to get a sock party, or worse.
That was drill sergeant Tweet from Bob Equestria.
No what?
That was drill sergeant Tweet from Bob Equestria.
Oh, with his story? That was...
Yeah, that was...
Oh, drill sergeant Tweet from Bob Equestria. Okay, cool. Well, that way you guys can look it up. This guy hasn't posted his stuff yet because he asked me for his help with editing his Human and Equestria fanfic, and it needs work. But not all of them are like that, but with every drill sergeant you have to pretend like you're like that. Thank you for sharing that. I had not heard that one. I've got to look that up now.
Oh, dude.
That is great.
That is the greatest line ever. When you reach down and grab your boy bits. I use it all the time for people to suck it up. What? You know, the video, reach down and grab your boy bits. You remember that part? Of what?
The video that you were talking about.
I don't remember that part. What? You bring that video back up. Awesome.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a projector or anything. Otherwise, we would have done it right now.
Dude,
Hey, this panel's an hour long, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 6 minutes. I have to go now because I have to get ready for the concert.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I will see you guys tonight.
You can never leave. Hey, man, give me a hug. Thank you so much for coming again.
Thanks for having me. Even though you laughed and the books burned.
Indeed.
I'm sorry, I'm a cynical son of a
Look, there we go. Okay. Have a good night, guys. All right. Let me double check the time here.
No, it's not.
Okay. So, all right then. Okay. So I think I've talked plain enough. I also have I brought that up because I also do dabble in a little bit of fanfic. No, I won't tell you my pen name, my pony sound name, because yeah. But I think that Fluttermac. I just think it just works so well with them. So yeah. Though I bet there are other people that have alternate OTPs. So.
You have to actually make it to one of my headcanon panels that happen late to hear any of these. They can go on for a long time.
We'll be here till 3 a.m., don't worry.
Well, hopefully I'll be at the mystery panel this time.
Oh, I don't know about 6 a.m.
We did not make enough people. We were not, the ones that were supposed to be there were not awake. Or coherent. They either were incoherent or not awake. So we thought it better just to keep them locked in the rooms.
Incoherence entertainment.
Yeah.
We would have had to have carried them down.
Oh.
All right.
Veronica,
I think you were wanting to pass on the question, so for any favorite pairings of ponies for shipping?
I think one of the fanfics I read, my favorite was with Applejack and Soren.
Applejack and Soren?
Yeah.
That is
really good storyline going there.
Oh, because of the apple pie? That's what that gets it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how in the heck.
I was gonna say he likes to eat apple pie.
Oh, all right. That would be taking us away.
So you read that kind of fan?
It wasn't that kind of story. I'll pretend that doesn't
having
exist.
such an innocent mind, like, yeah, apple pie's pretty. Oh god.
Oh yeah. Well, we all were thinking you are flirty-minded.
Yeah.
Laying on a man's heart is through the stomach.
Just after you said it, I could see the realization becoming your eye. As you said it before I said anything. So
Sure, this is a kid show.
Okay. Now you're okay too.
I mean,
Well, no.
I don't know. I mean, the whole time you guys were talking, because I never really thought about that. I think the closest way I can actually, I would think it would be a cool sitcom if Rarity and Applejack would just live in the same house and they were all messing and they're like, no, it has to be clean. Like, no, I need to do the laundry. It would just be really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then I know we had another question here. And I think we might be able to take one more question, then unfortunately I think we have to wrap up. And then, okay, so what do we do? Okay, let's do you first since you haven't had a chance to ask the question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we'll get to you.
That's fine.
How do you take drill sergeants seriously when they're always only at their privates?
You know, I've heard that joke many, many times. It's never gotten old for me.
Because they don't get to slap their privates anymore.
Exactly. That is... You beat me to the punch, but yes.
We did get thrown through the ground.
Okay. So,
out of all the ponies in Equestria, which one do you think suits you the best by either its canon personality or its fan base personality?
Berry Punch.
Yeah, I can do that.
That bottle's gone.
There is a
okay.
You
want to elaborate on that matter, or should we just let the comment?
If you wanted to, do this Kickstarter.
Guys, sorry, we gotta drag this to power.
Oh, okay. Well, we're doing our last question right now. Then can we?
No, you stop. Take it back outside.
Okay.
I would have to go for Applejack. Just down to earth, hardworking.
Yeah.
Redneck.
I don't know.
I was about to say, you know the bullshit before.
I guess shining, I guess. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Colin.
Both by
And for both of us, it's the favorite ponies that we mentioned, Shining Armor and Twilight Sparkle respectively, because, you know, taking care of his sister and not being the shield, and because when you're an officer, you're expected to be on top of everything, or at least to always appear like you are. And, you know, her learning lessons about not doing that has kind of resonated with me in my personal journey after getting out of the military.
What branch?
The Air Force, where I couldn't... In the military, you give or you take orders. There isn't really a discussion amongst peers. That's not really liked when you get out of the service.
DOD's an exception. If I'm on scene, I'm in charge regardless of what rank it is.
Oh yes.
We got away with so much. It was so much fun.
Oh, I mean, if the EOD guy says something, you don't want to argue with him. Hey, get out of here. I'm not going to argue with the EOD guy about that.
Well, he wasn't yelling at you.
All right.
Sorry about that. We're cutting another.
Okay, I think we're setting up another panel. Thank you all for coming. If anyone tells you that a